Hello and welcome back to World 360. In an embarrassing development, the United Nations asked a top official last week to step down. This was after it was discovered that she had personally approved $61 million in loans and grant money to one British businessman after meeting him at a party. Long story short, some of these loans were used by the businessman to pay off his other loans, leaving the UN agency with some major losses. Mukesh Kapila, author, medical doctor and humanitarian, who has worked with the UK's National Health Service or NHS and the United Nations in the past, was one of the few who spoke about the issue in a blog post on 4th March, based on the testimonies of anonymous UN staff. Could this be a saga of misgovernance, maladministration and misuse of global public funds? He had written. So here are the basic facts of the scandal. 66-year-old Grete Faremo, a former Justice Minister and Defense Minister of Norway, was heading an agency under the UN called the Office for Project Services, or UNOPS, since 2014. UNOPS is an operational arm of the UN which implements projects, provides infrastructure, procures and manages services, etc. Now, according to a report by the New York Times on 8th May, UNOPS had stockpiled tens of millions of dollars in excess fees paid to it by other UN agencies in 2015. Faremo and her deputy wanted to lend out the money to fund profit-making projects in the developing world. Faremo allegedly met British businessman David Kendrick and his daughter Daisy at a party in New York in 2015. The first loan that was given out was to Daisy in 2017. UNOPS, with Faremo's approval, gave a $3 million grant to an environmental conservation group run by Daisy. Now, what did Daisy's company do with that money? They produced events, a website, ocean-themed games by the makers of Angry Birds, and a recorded pop song about the ocean. Daisy went on to receive the 2018 Marie Claire Future Shaper Award and was recognized as one of Britain's 50 most remarkable women by the Daily Mail. Then, between 2019 and 2020, UNOPS lent an additional $58.8 million to 3 different companies for renewable energy projects and housing projects in developing countries like Pakistan. The only catch was that all 3 companies appear to be connected to Kendrick. Eventually, auditors at the UN raised concerns that UNOPS had concentrated much of its loans in one source. In the end, it was found that Kendrick's companies had used the UN's loans to pay off other loans. UNOPS, in effect, incurred major losses. Also, it was found that the renewable energy and housing projects that were meant to materialize with this money were barely on track. While the story might come across as surprising or bizarre, Faremo is no stranger to controversy. In fact, in 1996, she had resigned as Norway's energy minister after it was found that while serving as justice minister the year prior, she had failed to stop the chief of Norway's security police from spying on socialist politician Berge Fjord. Faremo had barely completed a year as energy minister when the scandal broke, and she was forced to step down along with the chief of police. Fast forward to the present time, Faremo has been replaced by an interim executive director of UNOPS, Jens Wandel, who previously served as the UN Secretary General designate for the COVID-19 Response and Recovery Fund and special advisor to the UN Secretary General on reforms. The scandal has brought up major questions about misconduct, mismanagement of funds, and all in all corruption at the UN. Steve Hanke, economist at Johns Hopkins, had some harsh words on the subject, accusing the World Agency of fraud and abuse. Others, such as Mukesh Kapila, have called on the UN's top leadership to extract full accountability from Faremo and all the others concerned with the wrongs committed at UNOPS. Only then will the right lessons be learnt and appropriate changes made to return UNOPS to its rightful role as a key, trusted partner in the global development struggle, Kapila wrote in a blog post on 8th May. Thank you so much for watching. This is Pia Krishnankutty for ThePrint. Do subscribe to ThePrint and follow us on social media.